was brought to the President's attention that alleged corruption activities have been taking place at the V. Luna Medical Center. The President has since read the reports of the Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff, General Carlito Galvez. Based on the reports, several high-ranking officials and employees of V. Luna Medical Center, Health Service Command of the Armed Forces of the Philippines undertook anomalous purchases of equipment and engaged in fraudulent transactions, including ghost purchasing, splitting of contract to circumvent mandatory bidding processes, and conceiving fictitious suppliers. President Duterte has ordered the relief and court-martial proceedings against the top military brass, which includes Brigadier General Edwin Leo Torrela Vega, Commander of the AFP Health Service Command, Colonel Antonio Punzalan, Commander of the V. Luna Medical Center, Chiefs of Management and Fiscal Office, and the Logistics Office of the AFP HSC, among others. The Chief of Staff, General Carlito Galvez, has also said that he will immediately relieve General Torrela Vega and Colonel Punzalan immediately and will convene court-martial proceedings against them without prejudice to the investigation to be conducted by the Ombudsman for the military.
Hi, sir. Sir, kailan po magiging effective itong pagsibak doon sa high-ranking officials ng AFP at sino ang kanilang magiging kapalit?
Sa pag-uusap ko po kanina lang kay Chief of Staff, no, meron na raw siyang memorandum, no, na rinirelieve itong mga officers ng militar behind this anomaly sa V. Luna, and that should be effective upon receipt of the officers. No?
Mayroon ng names, sir, na kapalit?
Wala pa pong names na kapalit. Now, tomorrow, they will be releasing a larger report. The report that they have now only involves ghost transactions, no? Ghost deliveries involving 1.491,570,000, no? Meaning 1,491,570,000 pesos worth of ghost deliveries. But there are a series of transactions involving almost hundreds of millions of pesos, no? So they will be releasing subsequent reports in due course.
Thank you, sir.
Follow-up, Joseph Morong.
Sir, how did they discover the anomalous acts?
I don't know if I'm at liberty, but they had the whistleblower. And of course, the whistleblower went to the proper channels that did the investigation. The President ordered the Presidential Anti-Graft Commission to investigate, and he also ordered the Chief of Staff to look into the matter.
The investigation period started when and ended when?
I have no dates, but the reports came in last Monday, which explains why the President was very aggravated in talking about corruption in the last cabinet meeting, because there was the issue of both Nayong Pilipino and V. Luna, which information which he had just received concerning fraudulent activities in both agencies.
So, sir, this practice has been going on for several years, I
Yes,
suppose?
it did not just start during the administration of President Duterte. It apparently has been ongoing for a very long period of time.
Okay, so how did the President personally feel? He said that
He's ballistic because only recently he ordered that the sum of 50 million a month be released, no, to V. Luna to make sure that V. Luna will have sufficient funds to cover all medical requirements of members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. And of course, only to find out that bulk of the funds or much of the funds may be going to pockets of corrupt officials of the armed forces.
So remember when he started with the administration, he went there and then checked for himself the facilities. What kind of ghost deliveries did not?
They also include medical equipment,
and medicine.
explaining hence the President's frustrations and anger.
Okay, thank you.
He was personally aggravated when the information on corruption was confirmed, no, in V. Luna. Personally aggravated and angered.
Thank you, sir.
Follow-up question, Pia Gutierrez.
Sir, you mentioned President Duterte also ordered the relief of the members of the logistics office of the AFP HSC. Ilan po kaya ang nandun?
The total number of individuals, according to the Chief of Staff, who will be relieved is around 20.
Is
But
it
I
the
only have 2 names so far, no? but there will be around 20.
Is it the entire office yun, sir? 20?
I suppose the entire office that has to do with procurement will be relieved.
And also, sir, yung larger report, could it include other cases then, sir?
Yes, it definitely involves other cases. That's what angers the president. This is not an isolated transaction. It involves quite a number of anomalous transactions.
Investigation has been concluded, sir.
Yes, that's why there's already a report.
Thank you, sir.
Follow up, Cristina Bendano.
So, sir, it may balloon to more than 1.4 million, if ever.
Oh, definitely.
So
Definitely.
So the 1.4 million is just an initial.
Yes, that's just one case.
Of
We're talking of, according to the chief of staff, and I had a conversation with him, hundreds of millions of pesos.
So yung 1.4 is a current purchase,
It's
sir?
one transaction alone.
So they conspired because if there are 20
Apparently, it's a conspiracy.
involving all procurement,
It was institutional corruption in Viluna.
so if ever, sir, the office will need to be, yung replacements are needed because baka ma-stop yung operations.
Correct. I think there will be widespread and many replacements to be appointed, no? Because according to the chief of staff, there will be no less than 20 individuals who will be relieved and subject to court-martial procedure.
Ina Andolong.
Sir, you mentioned kanina yung parang nagkaroon sila ng mga false suppliers. Can you tell us more about how they do this?
Maybe tomorrow. I have the documents, but they're this thick. We'll go through them and we'll make a summary.
Okay. Does
Tomorrow,
the-
we can give you more details.
Okay. Sir, at the start of his term pa lang kasi si President Duterte was very keen on putting in
Modernizing the
V Luna
AFP
specifically.
yes.
Does this mean na yung mga pinangako niyang equipment nakarating ba or affected ba yung mga yun dahil dito sa corruption na to?
Well, I think because of the pervasive fraud in the procurement process, siguro nakarating, but there was definitely overpricing and other kinds of fraud committed.
Follow up, Pia.
Sir, clarify ko lang yung amount ng ghost deliveries. It's 1.4 million and not billion as
Yes,
earlier.
1.491 million, yes. But several transactions amounting to hundreds of millions of pesos.
So yung 1.4 million, isang transaction lang yun, sir?
Yes, isang transaction lang yun.
Ah, okay.
Follow up, other issue. RJ.
Sir, business groups yesterday issued a joint statement supporting the economic managers of President Duterte, warning against the shift to federalism. How does the palace take this?
Well, this is the kind of discussion that we welcome as far as charter change is concerned. We want these kinds of discussion. We want people to think deeply about the ramifications, and we welcome all sorts of imports from all members of society. You know? So this is, of course, an input that the president will consider, and we're hoping that the legislators who will tackle charter change will also consider the position of the business community.
Is the president aware of these concerns, sir?
He is now aware of these concerns, and he has said that it's not insurmountable. So po pwede naman po yan pag-aralan at hanapan ng solusyon. Hindi naman po complete na balakin yan para sa charter change.
Has he ever talked to his economic managers about this?
I know that he has, yes. He has listened attentively to what they were saying, but he wants solutions.
Okay, sir. Thank
So
you.
he's looking for solutions.
Just you.